So here we go then. 2 heats in the men's 4x4. 3 nations from each of the 2 heats, plus 2 fastest losers, will return to contest the very last race of what has been a thoroughly absorbing championship from start to finish. This, of course, is our penultimate day. Mo Farah coming up tonight with the final of the men's 4x1 and women's 4x1. Here's the official lineup then for the first of the 2 heats in the men's 4x4. The Bahamians, they go in 4. How many great relay runners have they produced over the years? Jamaica in 8 will hope to make smooth passage through to the final as well. On the outside, good team from Spain. Oscar Husilos goes lead leg for them. Samuel Garcia will anchor them home. A lot of Jamaicans in the stadium to watch Usain Bolt, so I'm sure Peter Matthews will get a great reception. Stephen Gale, Jamari Rose and Rasheen McDonald. Poland, Rafael Amelko will bring them home. And then Turkey. I wonder how buoyed there will be after Guliev's fantastic, historic win for them in the 200 metres. Cubans, Williams, Colazzo, Chacon, Zamora and Lesque. That's a good team from the Cubans. National record just a shade inside 3 minutes. Alonso Russell, Michael Matthew, Ferguson and Ramon Miller. Seems strange to be watching a Bahamian quartet without the legendary Chris Brown. India, second from the inside. Yahia on 3rd leg and Rajiv. And then the Colombians on the inside. They're still dancing, even though they're on the start line. Solis going lead leg for them. He's clearly fired up for this one. Stephen Gale on 2nd leg for the Jamaicans. Then Rose on 3rd and McDonald anchor. First heat of the men's 4x4. Colombia, India, Bahamas, Cuba, Turkey, Poland, Jamaica, Spain. First 3 teams will return for the very last event of this year's fabulous World Championship.
Great.
So who will take the early initiative? Colazzo's gone out well. The Cuban is already up onto Casa. And second from the outside, Peter Matthews running very well indeed. Now Alonso Russell of the Bahamas beginning to close in. And on the inside, a decent run by Solis of Colombia. But it's Matthews for Jamaica on the outside. Husilos, the Spaniard, is managing to rally a little bit there. Good running as well by the first athlete from Poland. The Bahamian, Russell, has closed down Colazzo. And the Indian coming through on the inside. So, Bahamas, Cuba, Jamaica and Spain. And perhaps it will be the Bahamians coming through on the inside with Matthew. He's such an experienced competitor and his team have put them in a good position.
Well, there's about 5 teams here that are going to swing across, and Poland are getting themselves in the mix as well here. But it is the Jamaican, Stephen Gale, who's going to lead them through. The Spanish first leg runner, Husilos, had an absolute stormer. So Spain are in this one, but it's Jamaica leading the way, Spain in second, Bahamas, and look at Poland as well. Krausjuk on the outside, getting himself into a 3rd position, as is the Colombian as well. This is absolutely outstanding running. What a close heat, but Jamaica lead.
Jamaica from Spain. Real intrigue here, because as we know, it's only the first 3 to go through. So, Jamari Rose coming under a little bit of pressure. There he is from Echeverri, the Spaniard in second. Now it's Zamora of Cuba and Zimny of Poland. And the Bahamians have got some work to do. The Indians running well, trying to close down the athlete from the Bahamas, and the Colombians are still just about in touch. And now Echeverri coming up and past the Jamaican. Well, we weren't necessarily expecting that. So it's going to be Spain from Jamaica. Fine end to that run by Poland. Cuba 4th, Bahamas 5th, then India and Colombia. And watch to see whether the Cuban can manage to close that gap. It's Leske on anchor leg for them. There's a gap of around about 15 metres up to Amelko of Poland, who's in 3rd. What a run this is by the Spaniards. Samuel Garcia bringing them home here. And we have got a big burn-up coming because Leske of Cuba is coming up onto the outside and the Jamaicans are fading here. A fine, fine run by Garcia, who is at last beginning to tire. Is he going to get swept up? Garcia, Poland and Cuba and Jamaica in 4th. They'll have to wait to see if they can go through as one of the 2 fastest losers. Well, Garcia was wading in treacle over the last 10 or 15 metres. He was absolutely shattered. But the big surprise there is that the Olympic silver medalists, the Jamaicans, will have to wait to see if they go through as fastest losers, because the Cubans came through to deny them that 3rd automatic spot. And what a run by the Spanish.
Absolutely fantastic. As you said, the last leg by Garcia, he was really almost running backwards over the last 10 or 15 metres, and he was trying to look casual by looking to his side and pretending that it was just all too easy. But in the end, a marvellous season's best for them and a great performance, really.
It was set up by a very fine first leg by Husilos, who is of course a 45-3 man. I just thought he was a bit close to the edge of his lane though. I think that's something to watch out for, because there was a fine battle between Husilos and Matthews on that first leg for Jamaica.
But what a run by the Spanish team. Totally agree with you, Steve. He was locked with lactic acid. He was just trying to, what we say in England, style that out, not make it look as bad as it actually was. But what a run by them. I've just checked, and they've only ever made the World Championship final once in the 4x4. That was back in 2003, where they finished 5th. So well done to Spain. And the battle behind Poland, Cuba and Jamaica. Well, Spain, Poland and Cuba automatically through. But look here, he looks over his shoulder. The line cannot come quick enough. He tried to make out it was easy, but you know what? Easy or not, that was very impressive by the Spanish team to qualify.
So it's the Jamaicans and India in 5th, watching for those fastest loser spots. But Garcia was in agony at the end there. As Steve and Catherine has said, he tried to make that look casual, but his legs were absolutely full of lactic acid. And it's an anxious watch now for the Jamaicans, who finished in 4th. A good run, as I said, by the Indians. 3:02.8, they'll have to watch the second heat. But that first leg by Husilos, because Matthews came past him very impressively, but then Husilos seemed to rally on his outside and use the Jamaican to get him back in the race.
It was, they loaded it, didn't they? Fast man on the first leg, fast man on the 4th. There's so many ways to run a 4x4 squad. It's sometimes, if you haven't got the depth like the Americans have, it takes a few chess moves to work out your best squad. But fair play to them, that was very, very good. And they'll be in another World Championship final.
Great run from the skater of Cuba, coming right round there, really, and that was the move that really pushed Jamaica back into 4th. And we'll have to wait and see, as Rob said, from the next qualifying rounds, whether Jamaica makes it through now.
Spain, with one of the best performances we've seen from them in a 4x4 over the last 10 or 15 years. They won that one. Now Poland 2nd, Cuba 3rd, and it's the Jamaicans who miss out. They and India will be watching the second heat anxiously.
And there's your lineup for the second and final heat of the men's 4x400m relay. So Spain, Poland and Cuba, much to the delight of their teammates, and through automatically from the first heat. Great Britain go in 6, USA go in 9, and here is the USA squad. Wilbert, London the 3rd. Nelum, Cherry, McQuay, the defending champions, the USA. No LaShawn Merritt, maybe be brought in. Lane 8, Trinidad and Tobago. Good little team this, silver medalists in 2015 behind the United States. They'll go in lane number 8, Rennie Kwo setting them off. Another good team here for Botswana in lane number 7. Simbanda on the last leg, Amos on the third leg for them. Great Britain, Northern Ireland in 6. Youssef, Cowan, Green, Rooney, bronze medalists in 2015 at the World Championships. Lane 5 will be Brazil. Lucas Carvalho, nice little wave. Hugo de Sousa will bring them home. Lane 4 of France. Lane 3 will be Belgium. 3 Borlays and Van der Benden. Dylan Borlay, Jonathan Borlay, Robin van der Bendum and Kevin Borlay. The family affair in lane number 3. And Japan completing the lineup into Kentaro Sato for Japan will be setting them off. So the Botswanan team wait. It's a good team, that. It's a strong team. First 3 will go through to the men's 4x400 meter final. The 3 medalists from 2 years ago are back. The defending champions, the USA, in 9. The silver medalists 2 years ago, Trinidad and Tobago, in 8. And Great Britain, Northern Ireland in 6. The second and final heat of the men's 4x400 meter relay. So a big roar for the British team in lane number 6. Going off well, Rabbi Youssef for the British team. Veliant of France running well down the back straight as well, as is Dylan Borlay of Belgium in lane number 2. Rennie Kwo for Trinidad and Tobago running well, as is Nbola of Botswana. So they swing into the home straight for the first time. Wilbert London the third in lane number 9 for the USA, going good. But the stagger and winds, it's the French athlete Veliant in lane number 4 who's run a storming leg for them. Youssef from Great Britain and Northern Ireland finishing strong as well. Let's see hands over first. USA, Great Britain, Trinidad and Tobago and France.
Good start there from London the third. And what a run by the Belgian here. Coming through on the inside, Jonathan Borlay. It's going to be a real tussle. Borlay tries to take the inside line, but it's the Americans leading, of course, by Sean Nellam. And Great Britain are being roared on by the crowd because they're closing the gap. Jareem Richards, who was so good in the 200 metres, getting on the podium for Trinidad, he's closing down on Nellam. So Nellam is tying up. Richards of Trinidad's run a fantastic second leg there. And what a performance by Dwayne Cowan. So it's America 1, Trinidad 2, Great Britain 3, and then a big gap back to the other teams, including Belgium, trying to close down on the leading trio.
Well, the USA lead, it was a wonderful move by Michael Cherry. He took the baton and crept it on the inside line. So the USA lead. Trinidad and Tobago in second. Sedenio for them on this third leg. Jack Green for Great Britain and Northern Ireland currently in third place. But look on his shoulder. You've got the likes of the French. You've got the likes of the Belgians. But into the home straight, it is USA that are leading this one. But the battle for second. USA, Trinidad and Tobago, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and Belgium are back in this with Van der Bendum. So the final leg of the second heat. Tony McQuay, the experienced American down the back straight. Trinidad and Tobago, Londe Gordon. Martin Rooney down the back straight for the British team, but he's being chased by Kevin Borlay. France are in fifth. Anton Venel for them on the last leg. The Americans looking a little bit tight, but he should be okay. No problems for the Americans, but look at the battle for second and third. The crowd are on their feet. USA, Trinidad and Tobago. On the inside, Kevin Borlay. Martin Rooney's got nothing left for the British team on the final leg. USA, Trinidad and Tobago, Belgium in third. Well, 2:59.23, a sub 3-minute clocking by the Americans. The British team will wait and see. But a world lead, 2:59.23. Trinidad and Tobago run a season's best, an area record. Wow, an Asian record for Japan. Well, America were comfortable, America were in control.
Well, a little bit of a mistake on the scoreboard. It was, of course, the Belgians who came through, not the Japanese. But I think for the home crowd, Great Britain will go through as one of the fastest losers, because the team occupying the slower of the two spots was India with 3:02.8.
Well, there is a tie for third. To be fair, Japan have been given that area record as we watch the replay, 2:59.47. And Belgium third as well, with their time of 2:59.47. It's all been a mistake. It's all being corrected as I speak. Let me confirm as we watch the replay. As it stands, you can see on the replay, USA 2:59.23, Trinidad and Tobago 2:59.35, Belgium 2:59.47. They're the three automatic qualifiers. Then you can see Britain's Martin Rooney coming in at 3 minutes, 0.10 seconds. So you can see control from the USA. Good running from Trinidad and from Belgium as well.
And the headline there, Catherine, looking at the times of Great Britain in fourth and the French in fifth, they will both go through as fastest losers, which means no Jamaica in the final.
Well, Botswana dropped their baton on the final change, unfortunately for them. There they are coming in. Let's just watch this. Amos coming in to see Banda. Oh, well, there you go. On the last leg as well. That's tragedy for them. I was watching that. Whoa. And in fact, well, a lot of pushing and shoving going on there. But I was watching that last leg from Kevin Borlée. I mean, that was a marvellous run from him coming through to snatch the third place from Great Britain. But incredible, the Belgium team, Dylan Borlée, Jonathan Borlée, Kevin Borlée, and it's almost like a family team finishing up there in the final of the 4x4.
They do have a good sister as well, but she can't get in their 4x4 squad. But good qualifying, wasn't it, Peter? And some rapid times as well as sub 3-minute qualifying by the USA.
Yes, I wish I'd turned Kevin Borlée, in fact. Very solid runs by the Americans throughout. I mean, on the last couple of legs, we had a 44-5 split from Michael Cherry and a 44-7 by Tony McQuay. One notable split for Britain on the second leg. Dwayne Cowan ran 44-6.
Confirmation then of the second heat of the men's 4x4, automatically through to the final tomorrow. The USA, Trinidad and Tobago and Belgium. That is the correct result. Japan finished down in 8th, but as Rob mentioned, Great Britain, Northern Ireland and France, with their sub 3-minute one clocking, will take a place in the final.
Yes, it will be the very last event on the programme tomorrow night. And there's such a good atmosphere over on the warm-up track. The Trinidadians cheering as Gordon brought them home. So an excellent quartet, Quo, Richards, Cedinho, even though Cedinho isn't in the kind of form that took him to fourth in Rio last year in the individual 400. Good running by the Trinidadians. This will be the lineup for the very last event tomorrow night. USA, Trinidad and Belgium with the three Borlée brothers. Great Britain in with a shout, going through as fastest losers. So too the French. And what about that fabulous run by the Spanish in the first of the heats to make sure they make it through as well?